Alright guys, so today's review is going to be a little bit different than what I've been doing recently. It's not a clothing item. It's not a shoe item. This is something I got for my counseling practice. For those of you who don't know, I am a counseling intern, a master's student who's currently working on earning my degree. I am a counselor in training. When I graduate and get my licensure, I will be a licensed professional counselor, LPC. Then after 2 years, I'll be able to take the exam to be an LCPC, licensed clinical professional counselor, which means that once I receive that LCPC, I'll be able to practice on my own, have my own actual practice. I won't have to work under anyone's supervision or anything. As it stands, I am currently seeing clients. I see clients for intake assessments as well as actual counseling sessions. And so I've been working on getting my setup done so that I have tools that I can use in session with clients. And one of those tools I got is this mindfulness game. Now, I ordered this off of Amazon, and it is a card game. Here's the cards here. As you can see, they're much bigger than a deck of playing cards. And here's the bottom part of the box. It does come like this, and it is a little difficult to open because there's no, you know how a lot of these they will have like a semicircular cutout on the sides so that you can easily grab the bottom and slide it. This does not have that. So it does make it a little bit more difficult to open. You've got to have nails, really, to grip that edge. Slide them off. This is for ages 8 and above. There's 50 cards, and you can play up to 5 players. And the back of the box says, our mindfulness card game was developed by a team with over 25 years in mindfulness. Mindfulness is about training yourself to pay attention in a specific way. This card game is separated into 5 categories below to help you become more mindful. There are true-false questions about mindfulness, mindfulness practices, visualizations, social skills, and self-care. Now, I'm not going to go over every card. I will go over the directions. There is a directions card here. And then I'll probably choose 1 or 2 cards from each set. Whether it be social skills, visualization, true, false. Let's see, what was the other? Mindfulness practices and self-care. So let me get these separated real quick as I read the instructions to you. All right, game instructions. Shuffle the deck and place it in the middle of the group. Choose a random player to start the game. Continue playing clockwise after the first player. The player who picks up the card is considered the leader of the round. Read the card and follow the prompts. For the true-false cards, the leader reads the question out loud and everyone gives their answer. After everyone has answered, the leader reads the answer and explanation out loud. So, just about got these separated. Okay. So first, we'll go with true false. And there are quite a few cards in each set. So, true or false? Mindfulness and meditation are exactly the same. Well, this would be false. While many aspects of both practices overlap, they are two distinct practices. And that's how that's set up. We'll go ahead and do another one. Mindfulness helps with controlling your thoughts. True. Mindfulness literally changes the wiring of your brain, helping you develop plasticity. Now, this isn't actual wiring per se. It helps the neurotransmitters to fire more appropriately to what you want them, the way that you want them to fire. Every human being, every animal, anything with intelligence has neurotransmitters making up their brain. Now, every human goes through something called synaptic pruning, where as we develop, we start losing some of the neurotransmitters because we don't really need them. This is how we mature. Now, with autistics like myself and individuals with ADHD, we retain more neurotransmitters than a neurotypical or the average human being, which is why we have sensory processing issues, why we're sensitive to different things, why many of us still have childlike interests, really. I know I do. I know many autistics and ADHDers do. It's just how we are. So yeah, the mindfulness helps to modify the firing of the neurotransmitters. So now we move on to mindfulness practices. This is the bucket list. The objective of this exercise is activities that push your comfort zone. Directions. Have each player in the group think of one thing they have always wanted to do that is crazy or daring. Each player must write down what they chose on a small piece of paper and fold it up and place it in a container. Mix the pieces of paper up and then have each player randomly choose one. Next, try and guess who wrote the idea. If you get your paper back, pick again. This is a good idea. I am definitely going to use these in one of my groups. Currently, I am co-facilitator of a grief counseling group or a group grief therapy group and an art therapy group. The grief therapy group I co-facilitate with a professional counselor. The art therapy group I co-facilitate with another intern. He's about ready to graduate next quarter, and then I'll be leading it on my own more than likely. But yeah, I can definitely see how this would be beneficial. And there are different exercises like exploring feelings, connecting to the earth, noticing what you ignored before, pick a word, follow the leader, the number game, the missing item, are you paying attention, work-life balance, what is it, another what is it. In fact, looks like this one's completely identical. So I think I got an extra what is it in here. Oh no, actually, the objectives of these are different. So even though on this, at first sight, they look the same, the objectives are different. So on one, the objective is to use your sense of smell to guess the object. On the other, use your sense of touch to guess the object. So that's cool. Now we're going to get into self-care. And it looks like this. It's green. So this exercise, the 30-second elevator speech. The objective, learn how to focus on what you want to share with the world. This would probably be good to work with my clients who may be on the schizophrenia spectrum. A lot of times individuals on the schizophrenia spectrum will go off on tangents. They're processing so much information, not just what you and I can see, hear, smell, and everything, but also things outside of our perceptions. They get overstimulated very easily. Often this can lead to hallucinations, whether it be visual, audible, or whatever, delusions, stuff like that. And so when you ask them a question, they tend to go off on long responses that seem like they have nothing to do with the question you asked. And eventually they circle back around. It may take a few minutes for them to circle back around. I've started the clients that I work with on the schizophrenia spectrum. When I ask them questions, I ask them to respond with in 3 sentences or less. So that helps them focus on exactly what they want to say, and what they're trying to get across. And it helps me to better understand where they're coming from and what they're wanting to tell me. So for this one, the direction is: imagine you are in a room and meeting people for the first time. What does your 30-second elevator speech sound like? What is it you want people to know about you? Have each player spend about 5 minutes or so coming up with their personal elevator speech that describes who they are and what they are all about. Have each player recite their speech, acting as if they are meeting everyone for the first time. Go around the room and get each player's observations about your speech. So that's a pretty good one. And there's others in here like automatic negative thoughts. This is the ants exercise. Inner child exercise, which is consoling your inner child. The perfect day exercise. Your best quality exercise. Doppelganger exercise. The objective of that one is exploring personality traits you would like to change. That's a good one. I'm going to have to use that one. The demanding schedule exercise, learning how to unschedule your life. Happy memories. Focusing on yourself. Technology overuse. So yeah, I really like the different things this game provides. I can see a lot of uses for this, not just in group therapy, but in individual therapy. And it can be used with a wide variety of clientele. Whether it's someone who's dealing with grief, substance use, somebody who's experiencing anxiety, depression, someone who's on the schizophrenia spectrum, ADHD, autism, whatever. I can see how it could be beneficial for a whole variety of clientele. Now this is visualization. The exercise, reaching your goal, objective. Hard work comes before the dream. Have each player in the group write down 1 or 2 goals that they want to achieve. Allow 5 minutes for each player to write down their goal and tell them to visualize how they will achieve it. After 5 minutes, go around clockwise and ask each player how they will achieve their goals. Excuse me. So there's that one. The blue sky exercise, finding peace in the moment. Have each player imagine they are staring up into a clear blue sky. Notice the white puffy clouds as they gently float by. Imagine yourself floating on a cloud and letting go of all extraneous thoughts. Share your experience with the group and how this made you feel. So there's that one. We've got the yellow rose, finding happiness in the moment. Powers of observation, noticing details. Focused attention, tuning into the energy of color. And energy opener, enhancing your sense of connection. So that's the visualization set. Now we're going to get into the social skills set. This one is the reframing exercise, seeing things differently. Have each player think of something in their recent past, like a disappointment of something of some kind, such as not getting something they wanted. See if the group can come up with creative ideas to reframe the disappointment. Try and think of one positive thing that might happen to make them feel better, like a better opportunity coming along. Notice how working in a group helps you think differently. So we have that one. That's the reframing exercise. Then we have the I am exercise, focusing on what makes you shine. The worry tree, exploring the nature of worry. Taking a mindful walk, putting your cares aside. The post-it note exercise, random acts of kindness. Superman or Superwoman pose, turning into your superpower. Listening mindfully, tuning into the sounds of life. Oh, that was tuning into your superpower. Sorry, I'm not wearing my glasses right now. Gratitude meditation, feeling thankful and grateful. Expanding your mind, discovering multiple uses for an object. Eating mindfully, paying attention to food. So there are 5 different categories to select from. You could shuffle them if you want to, or you can do it as is. I think either way would be fine. And like I said, you can play it with up to 5 people. You can play it with 1 person. I think this will make for a great activity to do with clients. It's a great activity to do by yourself too. Yeah, I can't wait to try it out with clients and see how they respond to it.